They tried to silence him. They tried to shame him. They tried to erase him. But Henry McNeal Turner refused to bow his head to a nation that questioned his humanity. He rose instead, with a voice that thundered across the Reconstruction South, declaring a truth that terrified white supremacy: God is a Negro. Turner was born free in 1834, but freedom did not mean safety. As a young man in South Carolina, he taught himself to read by candlelight. Studying law books he wasn't allowed to touch in public. He became a minister in the African Methodist Episcopal Church. And from the pulpit, he learned the power of language, not just to comfort, but to confront. When the Civil War erupted, Turner didn't hesitate. He recruited Black soldiers for the Union Army, insisting that Black men had the right and the duty to fight for their own liberation. He became the first Black chaplain commissioned in the United States colored troops. And when the war ended, he carried that same fire into politics. In 1868, Turner was elected to the Georgia state legislature. But the moment he took his seat, white lawmakers erupted in outrage. They claimed the Georgia Constitution did not explicitly grant Black men the right to hold office. They insisted Turner and every other Black legislator be expelled. Turner stood up, walked to the center of the chamber, and delivered one of the most powerful speeches in American history. He told them, "You may expel us, but you cannot unmake us men." He warned them that history would remember their hatred long after their names were forgotten. And he was right. The all-white legislature voted to remove him anyway. But Turner's speech became a rallying cry for Black citizenship across the South. He kept fighting. He traveled from town to town, organizing voters, building schools, and preaching a gospel of dignity. He told Black people that they were not inferior, not cursed, not doomed to second-class citizenship. He told them they were divine. But Turner also saw the violence rising around him. He saw the lynchings, the massacres, the broken promises. He watched Reconstruction collapse under the weight of white terror. And he made a declaration that shocked the nation. He urged Black Americans to consider emigration to Africa. Not because he believed Black people didn't belong in the United States, but because he believed the United States had proven it did not want them. He believed Black people deserved a homeland where their humanity would not be debated. Turner spent the rest of his life building churches, training ministers, and speaking truth to power. He never apologized for his boldness. He never softened his message. He never stopped demanding that America confront its sins. And yet, like so many Reconstruction leaders, his legacy was buried. His speeches were removed from textbooks. His political courage was ignored. His prophetic voice was dismissed as too radical, too dangerous, too Black. But history has a way of resurrecting the people it tried to erase. And today, we remember Henry McNeal Turner not as a footnote, but as a force, a man who dared to tell the truth in a nation built on lies, a man who refused to shrink, a man who insisted that Black life was sacred, powerful, and worthy of the highest respect. Turner's voice still echoes. His courage still instructs. His fire still burns. Because the fight for citizenship, real citizenship, is not finished. And neither is the work of remembering the giants who carried that fight before us. They buried these stories for a reason. Because once you know how Black power rose, you can see exactly how it was taken away. And once you see the blueprint, you can recognize every version of it still being used today. This isn't just history. This is the manual. And the fight didn't end in Reconstruction. It just changed clothes. If this episode opened your eyes, don't let the story stop with you. Share it. Talk about it. Challenge the silence that kept these men hidden. This is Black Justice Untold. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.